you're in that emotion and you feel it. But with the little stuff, the little ego, it's pretty sneaky, and I don't recognize it a lot of the time. It isn't until I like sit in a class and I'm sitting there quiet and it's like,
yeah, something you said earlier when Don was asking about, the discussion, the ego or the whole. You said something about being in the ego most of the time, or that you're hearing the ego a lot of the time. That's helpful because I think, at least for myself, the default is the ego.
Yeah.
And unless I have gotten to a quiet space and I'm hearing something different, then I can kind of just assume that I'm listening to the ego and I'm making my decisions with the ego.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's just a matter of like if I'm identified with it, or I'm kind of starting to detach a little bit and just watch it, listen to it.
And what happens if you, like I've been really identified, lost in the story?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Well, it always hits a point eventually when there's so much pain and so much frustration that you're finally willing to stop and pause and go, okay, what's going on here? I need help. But until we reach that point where like the pain of it outweighs the pleasure of it, the seeming, because there is like a seeming pleasure in identifying with the ego. It seems like I'm in control. It seems like I'm in charge and I'm making my life happen. He talks about that a lot in the Course, about how you think you usurped God and now you've won and you're God and you've dethroned. You're the author of your life now, and so there's like a seduction to it all that we still are entrenched in, and eventually though, whenever we get caught in that, we start to feel the pain of it, and then that's when, for me at least, like today, when I was this close to driving all the way to San Jose to spend $1,000 on a MacBook Pro, I suddenly felt like, okay, wait, something doesn't feel quite right here. I need to sit down and just pray. And I kept going back and forth, actually. I was like, I sat down and prayed, and then I was like, okay, I'm going. I'm like, wait. And then I picked up the phone to call him, and I'm like, wait a second, it still doesn't feel right. And, but I was kind of giving myself permission. I could see that it was so addictive. It felt like so seductive to go buy that computer that I thought, well, I don't want to just like be back and forth about it all day. I'll just go do it, and then if it's wrong, it's okay. I'm like, the Spirit's not going to punish me. It'll just be like one of those things where it'll just be like, well, oh well, So I was kind of feeling to go for it, but then I can only explain it by grace. I had this thought of like, wow, I really don't need it, and I can be happier without it, actually. And so actually, I don't think there's anything you can do.
That is the issue that I'm trying to do it.
Yeah.
That really is the issue.
Yeah. I think
that's
it's just a trust that like you'll.
The best I could do during all this is just, Holy Spirit, please use this for me.
Right. Yeah. It's just the awareness. It's just becoming aware of what's happening. Is all that. And that happens automatically.
And that thing of trying to do it, to either change my experience or change what's in the world, is so deep in me of feeling responsible either for one or the other, and trying to change it, and feeling bad, guilty if I don't. So that is what's underneath all that, is still that authorship piece, and I'm trying to run the show.
Yeah. I'll fix it myself. And,
I'll figure this out.
Yeah.
As soon as I figure it out. Nope. Going that way. Okay, I got. Okay. Nope.
Yeah.
Just every day.